punch, and then it's
all goes to shit.
We're sorry, there was a potato infestation.
Yeah.
And do a little Irish jig, you know.
No, that's all we need to do.
Blame-
Load our catapults
blame
with
it on the-
poutine and
blame
fling
it
that
on
All of
shit
your
over.
plans go great until Travis opens his mouth.
Or
Me
does
too,
it?
I-
And rolls.
Yeah.
Some more. Where is it?
And roll, yeah.
In that little fridge.
And rolls.
Hey, I did not stay playing. He lost that bet.
Who lost what bet?
You said, I bet Travis will stay it. I did not stay it.
Oh, yeah,
He didn't say it.
Yeah, no,
You're right.
I'm proud of you.
You're
Didn't
right.
say much else either, but yeah, okay, I'll give you
So, you guys, as you're flying north, I'm going to have you, after about 12 hours, give me an investigation check as you're flying over the capital.
Of which capital? The Goblin
Capital of
Yeah.
Dragoon.
Okay.
Group investigation.
Yeah.
Put two.
So we all roll.
Yeah.
Everybody roll up.
A 20?
Yeah.
So our collective pass fail is going to be
Oh boy.
What you roll?
2.
that. Oh, fuck.
2 plus 7.
That's better than nothing.
8, 9.
So
Okay.
it's which one?
investigation.
Oh, that's plus 4, so 22.
15.
Kyle, it's up to you. Got 2 passes, 2 fails.
Well, 16 for the Bard and 16 for Smuffins.
All right.
Pair of 16s.
What the hell is
As you
Smuffins
guys
over?
flow over the city,
I'm playing both characters at the
A
moment.
charm? Or
you see over
So,
the, over
this
the
is the
city
Bard's
of
dice, this is Smuffins' dice.
Rukandral, the goblin capital. You see anarchy. You see bodies in the streets, burning.
Oh. Oh, crap. What do we do with it?
I'm really not understanding what this is, though. Can somebody just explain like where we are? And
A
what-
You are
regime
flying
change.
over the goblin capital where you just were.
Okay.
And you are seeing anarchy, burning buildings, bodies in the streets.
What do we do? What do we do?
We took back the continent.
Is anybody looking up at us?
I don't think they
They are a
care.
little bit too busy right now.
What do? We pour the rest of the
You see-
Ukimon on the masses as
You
we
see
go by. More
thousands
Ukimon.
of people trying to flee the city and heading down the road. And as you continue down the road, you see soldiers starting to move in.
going
and
up the
just-
road.
As they're moving off towards Sterngate and whatnot, and out of the
Oh,
towards
Breland,
Slargo.
soldiers from Breland.
Oh, here's Marlies. Did you use the coronavirus?
Yes!
Technically, no. We use poutine.
No, only Golkey. We had chili and cookie mouth.
Discord.
You see an
Facebook,
arc,
Facebook.
like, as if your message got out and was sent around, and there's already a force starting to amass in the mountain passes and starting to move in, and they are just firing arrows at these refugees as they try to leave.
Is that like now?
What was that? So these soldiers are in this mountain
really should
pass,
feel bad about
and as the people are trying
No,
to
we're
flee
going
the
to hell.
Goblin capital,
I think there's going to be a
these soldiers are just launching arrows and ballistas into these.
Is
just
that Goblin soldiers?
people just trying to get out are just getting executed.
Nobody
is
wants.
Is this Goblin soldiers or soldiers friendly
Nope.
to us to trying to go over the Goblin?
You can't tell, can we?
You can tell that they are not the Goblin soldiers. They are the soldiers from Zalargo,
Oh God!
Is that okay?
which
I
are
don't-
gnomes, humans, dwarves, kobolds.
It's another city nearby.
The next
Say the
Either
village.
A, they're trying to
basically.
keep the plague contained, or B,
Yeah.
they see a weakness and they want to try to exploit.
So now people think I
Either
committed
or, it's a
suicide.
good thing for us.
Genocide, dude.
I don't think the Goblin King's
I
going
think
to
the
be
people
coming down
who
for
would take
Putin
that
anytime
idea.
soon.
Oh no, her people don't think she did it. They know she was healing people during this time.
Yeah.
The people of your town don't think she committed
People that
genocide.
mattered
No,
don't.
because she
Yeah, tell
was.
us.
She
People
was
that
there in
mattered don't.
town. They know you guys committed genocide.
Actually, it was all on the shifty changeling. He
Yeah,
said he
I'll
came
follow.
up with the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll follow
And he came straight out. He said he
You
would
guys
throw
started
himself under
putting
the
it in
bus.
public waters.
And we're no.
Right? We were in there getting the king and his buddies.
No one saw that.
Nobody saw that.
No one saw that.
Nope.
Travis.
So you see this, and you continue flying over the mountains towards New Sire. Now, as you fly over the mountains, you see this vast expanse of temporary buildings. It's basically just like a giant refugee camp.
I guess we should park here. We kind of park the airship and go find the commander in charge.
So, since you're coming out of Dargoon,
Plague, yeah.
Yeah.
you are immediately greeted by just a bunch of whatever they could gather of military people. I mean, this is a refugee thing. And they're yelling at you to stay on the ship.
We're
Okay.
not infected.
Yep.
No. Well, that's exactly. I will. Fear not.
Is
We
he
are
full
disease
ASMR,
free.
like,
The
just
silver
like,
flame has cleansed us.
can we get like golden aura around him with these wings coming out?
I can. I'm gonna go full Azamar. That's
Full ASMR.
Full
There we go.
Azamar.
Yeah.
Woo!
glowing eyes, full wings. The silver flame has cleansed us of any disease.
There we go.
Our
as you
ship
see
is
this-
protected.
As you see this old man with a staff, cleric,
Thou shalt
walks
not
through-
pass!
through the group. He looks up at you. He gives you all a look, kind of like, tell the truth. These ones are clean.
Ooh,
And we
good.
showered.
April fresh. And Putin free.
Oh.
Okay, the leader of the guard, whoever stopped, whatever cobbled us together. What we're going to say? Can we speak to someone of import? Where
The commander.
we have
running the
come from
show.
Dargoon. We have seen the carnage of the capital. Forces from
Doggy's barking at.
it wasn't Umbrella's
Probably
forces
Travis.
though. It was
Well, they were barking before he got up.
Wait, what's
So
your
I'm
name?
going to need everybody to
He's not
give
at
me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, that's not going to work out well for you.
oh, I can-
17.
Well, that's a 20 out of dice, right?
17 plus something or other. I don't think it's very high, though.
Sorry.
11
what am I
minus
missing?
1.
Plus
Charisma.
21 for
18.
Smuff.
Okay.
And if.
Charisma saving throw.
Yeah, I don't get that. I'm packed.
plus
What-
7,
24.
16.
Holy fuck.
What just
Oh,
happened?
yeah, you're all,
Paladin.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
a paladin and you got
So,
all the wings coming out of your
16.
You two.
14 and 21.
So you and these two feel the influences of the zone of truth come upon you.
Oh.
The rest of you, it did not. You managed to save against it, and you do not have to tell the truth.
Do I have to take what?
Zone of truth was cast.
Okay.
You resisted it. Sean resisted it, and Smuffins resisted it.
So what am I
The bar
what do I
got
get when I
14.
went upstairs?
Oh, just that you came into.
Smuffins is
basically
only better than
refugee
anybody else
city
tonight.
Of New Sire. New Sire is basically just a cobbled together refugee town.
Oh, okay.
Is there a goblin
We
king in the
need
middle of
it,
this
Kurt.
fucking refugee town?
Nope. There's a human king.
Oh.
So am I being charmed or magic or anything?
Nope.
Dispel.
No, it's just a zone of
Spell.
truth.
It
It's
is a spell.
Well, you're saying you have advantage on saves against
Being
being
charmed.
charmed and magic.
Yeah.
Can't put you to sleep.
You're not
Okay.
being charmed.
Oh wait, sorry. Saving throw. Is that a saving throw against a spell?
I mean, it's up to you. It's just zone of truth.
No, but it's a saving throw against a spell. I get plus
Oh,
2. I
yeah.
get plus still 2 to everybody.
Yeah.
16.
You could, yeah. You can
So
still-
now I'm
at
18.
20, so
Yeah.
she's at
12.
Yeah. So you are under
You still
the
fail.
influence of the zone of truth. The other two pass.
Okay.
Yay.
So he says, "Do you carry anything with the infection with you?
Who you at? Her?
All of you.
No.
No.
She is compelled to tell the truth.
I honestly don't know at this point.
I don't think we have any. We didn't.
Because
we
I
didn't
don't
leave
know
it
She
in
if
cooked
we
here,
up
leave.
the poutine and gave it to
Right?
the goblin dude.
And all that
So
stuff was
Nope,
given
we got nothing.
to...
We dumped
Yep.
Yuki,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, we got nothing with
nobody's
us.
got anything.
No.
I don't think.
Nope.
No, we left everything.
To the best of our knowledge, we do not.
Should be fine.
Yep. Nope.
I don't think we carry anything.
Nope.
We should.
Okay. So
we
a
should
couple,
not have anything.
a couple of clerics come in and start purifying your ship.
They can purify
Yeah,
our
Smuffins purified all the
What
food
do you mean by
the food that
purified?
was left on the ship.
Yeah.
They're casting purified food and water basically on the surfaces of it. It's the equivalent of scrubbing it with Lysol.
They can
Magic
Yeah,
Lysol.
Smuffins did that too when we were
Yeah.
leaving the Golden Capital.
But
We
just to be
purified
safe,
stuff. Yeah.
just to be safe, they're not going to let themselves get get infected. They don't know if you brought any of your
Oh, and then I
friggin'
blurt
grossness
out,
with
but
you.
he might have something on his clothing. I'm telling the truth, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, I thought it was
I
clothing.
change.
I don't know. Did you? I don't know that.
No.
All right. That one there. To
It's
the
a-
delousing chamber.
It's a good scrubbing.
They basically force you off. Nobody wants to touch you at spear point.
You had to run your mouth.
I
Small child.
You have a
have
child.
to tell the truth.
What do you want? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go. Grab it.
I'm the deposit.
Is it
How much
because
you want?
is it 'cause you're naked?
Eric? And your cooking that you had about an hour and a half ago.
I'll toss that over there.
That's
Well, then
fine.
go grab
So
them.
I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
to put it away.
What do you want?
Some chips.
Some chips?
I didn't bring a bowl because I couldn't reach one.
Wait. Is she aware of how many people we just got killed? I just think, okay. Oh, Marie's late response is she's happy she doesn't have to pay taxes to clean anymore.
She's gonna what?
Our Marie's response is she's happy we don't have to pay taxes anymore.
Did she actually say that?
I don't.
That's awesome.
All I said to her before we left it, we committed the okay. The clean it,
They're just goblins. They're dirty as shit.
she doesn't know how many I
Listen.
get.
So, Travis,
It's a slave machine.
you are going to take.
Is it?
No.
While they scrub you, does he like change forms like wildly as they touch all different parts of him?
You take 7 acid damage. They really scrub the shit out of you
Acid.
to get you clean, and they burn your clothes.
You no longer
But luckily-
are a guy.
They have any clothes.
They have a.
They used your staff to light the fire with.
Luckily, they have a nice potato sack that you can wear for the time being.
How'd you open it?
Woo! Good job. Good job.
Kevin, academic.
I had to tell the truth, right?
Sure.
Well, there's a truth thing around me.
You can not tell the truth. You just can't tell. It's basically, you can't tell a
Oh.
lie,
Oh.
but you can tell. You can resist the truth. You can kind of talk around it. Like,
Right.
did you murder 1,000 people? Well,
Sorta.
No, he did not. We
Not
murdered hundreds of
directly
thousands of
murder
people.
I just sat there and let the king pretend.
Yeah.
You did not murder 1,000 people.
We murdered
Not murder.
way
No,
more
way
than
more
that.
than that.
Way.
Okay, here's the thing. Most of
way
them would
more.
have survived the plague
Indirectly.
Oh, no.
Even more than that.
No?
if they had proper medical care. If
Yes.
they had proper medical care.
Yeah, but even with proper medical care,
They were fucked.
with proper medical care, it's about a 50% mortality rate for goblins.
Oh, I did not know that.
As things start to degrade,
Gets worse.
it gets even worse. So it was like a 80% mortality rate. So just the plague
How much
alone,
experience is this?
just the plague
70 per.
alone. Again, for humans, elves, not so bad. For goblins, is real bad.
Can we get some to Travis then?
He is a changeling.
So?
As much as he used to be a goblin, he was
I
able to fight it off.
packed the
So,
cat.
where are the wizards?
So they
They're on
do.
the ice.
That's gonna be a whole different story.
So
'cause
what
they
brings
can
you?
they're
What
cleanse
brings you to
everything.
New Sire?
I'm not talking.
Now, why the fuck are we coming back here?
I'm too pissed off.
Okay, what?
Where is New Sire in all this? Sorry.
We're going to New
Right
Sire
here.
because
Right here.
Is
they
that
are
way there,
technically
No.
the
Actually, really
rulers of Dargoon,
Yeah.
or- Okay, and Dargoon's like the province.
where we
then.
are.
Okay.
They are technically the rulers. It was part of their kingdom.
That goblin took over.
The goblins took over. So
You're
we,
welcome. right, you're
We're going to
welcome.
give it
I
back.
kind of want to go
Hey,
back and
We're
see what
going
the
to give it
goblin.
back.
yeah, damn straight, because
Sure.
we're not going to run a kingdom.
No.
Like, oh,
No.
I kind of want
Well,
to raid the goblin.
I would
throne
trust
room
them
first,
to
though.
run it. Is it somebody that we
Well,
can
if
work
they
with
don't
and
run
take
it
people-
properly,
Stuff
we'll
he
just
has.
do them in
No.
like we did in the
I
Goblin.
think there's stuff
Will
the
they
Goblin King
protect
has
our
that we can take
people
before they
in
come
our
in.
city now?
Well, they should because they're more human.
But I think I would rather have a government of humans who are thankful
Yeah.
Yes.
that we gave them back their
And
kingdom.
prevented them from getting sick,
Yep.
right? Because we told them what's going on.
Yeah.
We warned them.
So
And our intention is to free the slaves. We just want to let them know that.
Yeah.
You mean the
'Cause-
prisoners?
Because we want to leave on a
Withdrawn
positive. We
without
want a
pay.
Oh
positive
no,
note
no,
here.
no! We did this to protect Citizens.
2,000 people plus. We had
Barely
2,000
some
people.
big
Citizens. We protected the people.
The refugees in our care.
You
We're not going to say
roughly,
refugees. We're going to say people of Sire.
Dear Lord.
We protected
so
the
let's just do the math here real quick.
future citizens of Sire. I mean, that's who we were protecting. So the idea is that
So you murdered 600,000 people.
No, not people.
Wow.
Not goblins.
To protect the lives of 1,500 who were going to be sold as slavery.
And more that they were asking for. Like,
Yeah, they were trying to be
yeah.
Damn, we crippled the civilization.
on the other
And
hand,
that is directly murdered 600,000 people.
we have
You led to the death of.
We indirectly.
A mayor wants us to. You reading it, right?
What you saying? Oh no.
A mayor wants us to find a cure for the. And I said,
The mayor wants us to
About
what?
that.
What she want?
About that.
A cure for the plague? We're supposed to find a cure?
Oh no, we get.
We already can cure
We're already curing the people
Can
in our
your
town.
dude make up a bunch of masks and some gloves? Because
Well, no.
95 masks.
No, the cleric and paladins in town are curing the people as we go on.
And
So
your
they're
town
getting
is
cured.
okay.
Your
Yeah,
town's okay.
we're getting cured.
Your town's able to keep up with things. The 600,000 plus dead.
They
oh,
don't
we have
feel
something war.
hey Bard, you might want to sing a song about this. 'Cause
The epic chili,
Ookie.
ookie mouth
Ookie,
As-
ookie.
excavate.
So you go into New Sire, and so what brings you guys here to New Sire?
Merry Christmas. Here's your kingdom back.
Well, you're currently talking to the guard and
I'm
the
not
cleric
talking
who
to
came up to you guys.
We have
so-
news for your king about the Goblin King falling, and you can rightfully reclaim your kingdom.
Well, we don't know
need to talk
that.
to
We don't
you.
know that.
No, we don't know. We
Is the Goblin King actually dead?
the kingdom
Do
of
we know
goblins
at
is
this
in
point how many have
turmoil
died?
right
True.
now.
No, we don't
Yeah.
know.
No, I'm just giving you the heads up that that's what will happen at the
Yeah.
end.
There's
That's
a
where
damn
you're
good
headed.
chance he got smoked. Because I bet she's pretty good.
No, Eric's
We
gonna
just
make
want
us
to give
go do it.
information. We're just here to give information.
Yeah.
We'll just tell you what we know. We just flew over
It's
the
insane.
kingdom of what the hell is the stupid city's name? I can never remember.
Rukan Drawl.
We just flew
Rukan
over
Drawl.
Rukan Drawl, and we can tell you exactly what we saw. We were reporting on what we saw. We saw chaos. We saw forces from Breland attacking refugees. We saw dead in the streets. The city's in flames. It's fighting in the streets.
Well, I guess we might as well bring you to see Prince Orgrev. And you can tell him yourself what you saw.
Yeah, we have to go see the prince. Go see the prince. Oh shit.
So you're brought basically into a...
Would you like some poutine?
Nope.
We're gonna bring Putin.
Very gyrating the machine.
Just
You
in
are
case.
brought basically into like a very fancy tent.
The tent.
A very fancy tent.
You know, potentially, this is the survivors are going to spread this. And we will be able to walk around with poutine grenades. They're not just going to run away.
Well, not all the new
It could be a
kids
really
can
good
infected.
time to go show
No,
some
but that's
mercy
not
to
the
these
point. You're
goblins
gonna
and get
hear
them on our
about the
side
Putin
before
that
you
took
get
out the
here
whole-
and say, we
Ah.
don't know what
Killed
you're doing to
600,000
you, but we're back to
goblins.
save you.
Well, only the king ate the poutine.
Yeah, but it spread from there. You know that big mouth's going to tell them, oh, the poutine. Whatever. Great mouth.
But we don't know because you guys were in the water there throwing
Yeah.
things.
So you guys are brought before this relatively young-looking king. He's this prince. He's about 30 years old, human.
Okay.
Hey.
What do you
Say.
think? Shut up! I'm like the ugliest person in the party. You're going, hey? Like, you want to
no,
insult
hey,
the
quit
king?
trying
You're
to pick
impressed
my
with
lord.
the
See,
king.
he is hitting on him.
My lord, we bring news.
You're Mary Lee, so...
We bring news from Dargoon.
Does he have a wife?
Not
Oh
currently.
my god.
What are you looking at me for? You're
No,
Mary
we're
Lee.
the
No, he's back himself.
She's
United
gonna
Kingdom.
freaking gut you. When
He's
she
back
gets her
himself.
hand on you, she's busy healing people, and you're looking at having some nookie with the prince in her freaking body. Are you kidding me?
Uh,
Oh my god!
She's not the queen.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Nope.
That would be bad.
I forgot about that. So basically, he made it out like Mary Lee's caused the Great Gookie.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Offensive.
Oh, yes.
So like the other remaining 200,000 goblins are blaming her.
Yep.
Well,
They
not
never
necessarily. They wouldn't necessarily know how this right now. They're all just 200,000 people.
They don't know.
who are
It could have been
scattered.
anyone.
Yeah.
Could be anyone.
I
It really
highly
could have been
doubt.
anyone.
Yeah. I want to say that he.
But the
made
king's
it
alive.
like
He'd be
Mary
saying
Lee's
is that
very
Mary leaves, you know?
If he's alive. Now, in a coup, very much they just knock off the leader.
We
You
can
need to
eventually
just find that
investigate
little
this.
How are you
Shane
going
up
to
and
go
ask them
about
to find
finding out whether or not he has a wife, though?
The little dude.
Pardon me?
How are you going to find out whether or not he has, or
Oh
not
my
he has a
God.
wife?
The idea right now is to get enough
Who's he trying to
support
hurt on?
that
You know what?
somebody's going to go in and kick his ass.
No, no.
And to your
I don't-
and to your princess.
We're here trying to get support. He's trying to have
I
sex
don't
with
have
the
one.
king.
We're insulting
I know.
him by not.
No, I
knowing
don't
who
want
he is.
to pick Marley off. I just relied I was still her.
You don't know if he's attracted to her anyway. He might be attracted to you.
It's
in your
beyond the
natural
point
form.
of our visit.
Well,
I'm not shape
back on track here.
I am not shape shifting.
Your Highness,
There
we
you go.
bring news from Dargoon.
Jesus Christ.
I like to think of it as traditional, sire.
As do I.
Just avoid it. Just avoid it.
Sire original.
We just came by airship. We have flown over the capital city. We've seen in the lands. There's turmoil in the streets, battles, fighting. There are people. The city is on fire. The capital has fallen. There are
Devastation.
If it had, you know, like,
cats and dogs mating together in the streets.
Okay, Bill Murray. Cats and dogs, looting and fleeing, the whole thing.
Come on.
Was it Brelish soldiers?
I was,
Fuck, has
no,
anybody got to kill anybody?
it was Zalargo.
Zalargo. Soldiers from Zalargo are closing the passes.
People, really.
Well, we kind of did.
We've heard rumor from
Didn't
ports
do
that
directly.
a plague has struck in Dargoon and has wiped out the goblin population for the vast majority.
It was
It was
unleashed by the
Travis's fault.
wizards. The ones.
Which
technically.
may have something to do with the wizards.
The
that call
wizards
it
have unleashed
in
it.
the morning.
Yeah, they brought it into this
Well,
realm.
what do you know of this morning? We've been looking into it, and I would really like to find out what destroyed my country.
We have seen clues. We have seen clues in the southern continent of wizards.
Well, wait, let's just back things up. Who the fuck are you, anyways?
Well, he's a big angel dude.
Oh, shit.
Wait a minute.
I'm a Templar of the Silver Flame.
Enough
Okay.
said. He's got wings.
Part of my I've been tasked with finding where refugees have come from that have been appearing in southern Dargoon.
Okay.
They've been coming from another world, these refugees.
Well, we heard rumors of this, but not much has gotten out here. It's
In our investigation, we have come across wizards.
wizards.
Wonderful.
We
Creating
suspect that
mass portals.
wizards dealing in dark magics, powerful magics.
Do we bring one of the spell books?
I am
with-
not a magician per se.
Do we bring one of those spell books with us to show them, like with the runes?
No,
or
we don't
whatever?
have the spell
Shit.
books.
That would have been a perfect thing to show them.
Although my confidant here has been on an adventure and has has fought these wizards. There are enclaves of wizards
They're wizardy wizards. They're
with much power,
evil.
far
Using-
more power than they could handle.
Using magic
And
beyond
in
their
large
means.
Magic.
masses.
Masses of wizards, dark magics,
In the thousands.
obviously devoted to the dark six.
You know the scrolls around here have a really good recipe for
If ever there was, there was.
What?
Because
scrolls are on there.
Oh, squirrel.
Well, one
Well, wizards kind of make sense because my mother, the Queen of Sire, I believe her mind was poisoned by a wizard.
Could be.
Nasty fellow by the name of Zikron.
Clue. Zikron.
New Dax.
Right? Yeah.
Has anybody noticed, met, or fought?
What am I rolling for?
I've only encountered one wizard at a lower,
I can
in a different
honestly
place,
say,
but my comrade has fought.
all the wizards
Many.
that I encountered, we killed. But I don't believe Zikron.
Yeah.
Given
I doubt you would have been able to kill Zikron.
I don't believe it was. Never said I did.
Strong.
They saw books of spells,
Zikron
powerful spells.
may have been the most powerful wizard I've ever met. The most powerful being I've ever met in person.
We hear of something
How do we
called.
spell Zikron?
Zikron.
The reason we think that this has something to do with the morning is that we've heard of something called Karsus's Avatar.
Karsus Avatar. Well, I've
An
never heard of
incredibly powerful
this.
spell.
I've never heard of this, but
A god maker spell.
to be fair, I was never really keen on leading people. But, however, my country was destroyed in the morning, and I was away as a ambassador, partying it up, and
Yeah, I didn't care, but.
Is that one of those special ambassadors? An ambassador?
Yeah.
basically
Is it like a laser?
he was given the job of ambassador as a way of, just kind of like shooing him off to another country, and you go and
Keeping
whore it up in another country or whatnot.
kind of
He
like
had
Prince
a-
Andrew.
He had a wife back home, but he would like to go on these little
He
trips.
had a wife, you know.
He had a wife.
Oh, so the-
Incontinentia.
However,
Incontinentia
she
buttocks.
did not escape sire during the morning.
Did he happen to like this
So,
wife?
He did.
So
He
you
did love
think-
her. He also loved to have a good time as well.
Have you heard from your mother since the morning?
Oh, she passed away in the morning. And I
So
have
you're saying
taken
the
up the
king-
mantle at this point to lead my people. However, I probably should have paid more attention in class.
So you're saying the king is a widower?
Well, the prince.
The
Prince.
prince has had to
I
grow
thought
up
it would
really
be
fast.
king.
He
I
went
thought it
from
would
a
be
party
king.
boy
No,
prince
hoping
to now
the
being
prince-
The
a
reason we're
father,
here.
right?
The reason we're here is that your lands
Are ripe for the picking.
are ripe for the picking.
Oh, yes, it does sound like that, and I'm happy about that. Those filthy goblins. It'll take a while to wipe the stench of them.
Go get him.
But it should be nice to reclaim what we can of our country.
That's always that we came offering that. We just came offering news and information, and we extend a hand of friendship.
Well, I swore 3 things when Sire fell. I swore that I would rebuild this country, maybe not to its former glory, but to at least some form of glory. And seems like that might be a possibility. I also swore to discover the truth of what happened during the morning. And it seems like you present me with an option to maybe discover for that. As well as, I want to avenge what happened to my people.
We're good with revenge.
I think there is a link between your cause and ours.
So,
We're good with revenge, you know.
what do you have to gain from this? What do you want?
Freedom from the goblin tyranny and taxes.
Well, first,
And taxes.
we have been charged with these refugees, these people pulled from other planes by these wizards.
Okay.
Their safety at this point was our first import.
Alright.
Finding a way to return them to where they came from has been our ultimate task. If that crosses paths with your goals, we could work together.
Can I also say something?
Yes? You're in character.
Free range.
I present myself, I bow, like courtly like before I'm sire. I was on my own personal quest
So we use
to
sire.
find some of
Your
my family that were
lordship.
taken during the same period
Sire
of time.
of sire.
To slavery,
Kid prince.
kidnap, removed. I found some in the course. I found these
You
gentlemen.
said Your Highness.
Yes.
Well, Your Highness, your sire, right?
Of
And
sire.
I have skills
Sire
that I
is sire.
believe could help hunt down, scout, find out more information, and I would be more than willing to offer up my services should you feel that I'm a suitable individual to us towards this.
Well, it
Butt
seems
kissing.
like
Absolutely.
It seems like you're with the right group of people, from what I can make of you. Now, so I know who I'm dealing with.
Questionable.
Tell me the truth. Did you guys have anything to do with what happened in Dargoon?
The changeling.
I cannot tell a lie. He did it.
I'm just gonna look for him.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what he said?
Yes. Yes.
Did you hear what he said?
Tell me
What?
the truth.
Okay.
I didn't get the last sentence. Did we have anything to do with what?
What
What happened?
in Dargoon?
With the goblin?
Yeah.
Okay. Quick time for a
Stop
second.
laughing first.
Are we blaming me or should we take credit for it?
Okay, like he's telling me asking me directly. I'm going to tell him. But there are opportunities where you could say, it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna
Whatever
say
you want
I
to do.
did.
Do what you did.
I don't know what they were doing while there because I wasn't with them. But I did.
The guy doesn't fucking trust the changelings.
Oh
The
my
changeling.
god.
I fed the goblins.
The opportunities. Yes, for the greater good
The changeling.
of Sire and the kingdom, there needed to be a
Yes.
regime change.
Yes, we did. Yes, I did.
For the greater good of the people.
You have done Sire a great service, and I am in your debt. I was just giving you a chance to
Oh, I
try
know.
and buy your way out of this. and
Well,
make
no,
things
but
worse.
I thought he would like just say, because he was like, oh, I'll take the bullet, I'll take the bullet. When the bullet came,
Say anything.
Is that spell still on me or what?
Yeah,
Like,
blame
no,
me,
it
blame
was
me.
one shot? Okay, still, no point in
clear!
Shoot that in
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna admit it. I'm a freaking lava paladin. Of course I'm gonna say it.
And I'm passionate about freeing slaves and stuff, so I don't have an issue
For
with
the
this.
greater good. That was the right thing to do.
Yes.
Slavery. They were involved
Slavery.
in slavery, which has been outlawed in this land for...
They threatened 2,000
Dargoon
people.
was a plague upon this nation.
It
this great
was.
continent.
Now that you say the word play,
Seems to jar my memory.
No.
And it
Hold
seems
that has something to do with all this.
We did not unleash the plague upon the continent. We just went after the king. I'm not quite sure what happened back then.
Stop.
We did not in the
Could you
Yeah.
smack him in the back of the head with a mage hand?
Here,
Mage
No,
hand?
not intentionally unleash.
Okay.
One on each side.
Double mage hands.
I owe
Just
all
stop
of
it.
you
No,
for a debt.
here.
Him I don't trust.
I do not blame you. Changelings are
Fire is wise.
abominations.
We did not intend
Oh, yes.
for the plague to spread like that.
Oh.
Yes, we did.
Are you sure
That was-
you want a changeling to be hanging out with you?
Unfortunately, he does have a purpose.
He just won't roll.
Yeah.
He's like
He
that
has-
nasty itch. You know, you scratch it so much, but still keeps
Higher
coming
power
back.
has planted him with us.
In the realm from
I
which
don't
we-
question. I
which they
will-
hail, they call it a
won't
useful
question
idiot. No, I'm just
what the
kidding.
gods say.
Have you ever
Although
tried,
I shake my head.
have you ever tried throwing him off an airship?
We
Funny
may
thing.
have done that.
They're done.
Twice! Actually, twice!
Twice.
Sean, did you hear me? Been there, done that. Have the T-shirt to prove it.
And there is a t-shirt.
By the way, check out the merch store.
Yeah. And there is a
You may
t-shirt.
not trust me, but if it wasn't for me, the Goblin King would still be alive.
I liked it better when he couldn't
I don't
speak.
think you want to tell it. If it wasn't for me, the Goblin
We
King.
can
No,
arrange
if
that.
it wasn't
Yeah.
for Marilise.
Nerlise.
Marilise was the one there.
I'm pretty sure we can find.
I'm
someone
pretty
who
sure
can
we
cast
all saw
silence on him
Marilise.
over and over
Yeah,
again.
that's right. Marilise is the one, not Travis. Marilise is the
No, I
one.
did.
Do you really
Oh,
want
it
to
hurt.
lie to
We're
the
getting
friends?
these songs about Nerlise as the
Who
great
already
hero.
Oh,
cast
yeah.
Zone
Marilise
of
is
Truth
great
at
hero.
the beginning.
Start making a song, right? Because you're the bard.
Why
The
do
bar
you
singing
mean?
song,
The Goblin-
Marilise, the great
The great hero.
the great killer of the Goblin
Close to
King.
the Goblin King?
I'm not lying.
Hey, Queen of Uki.
It's all good.
These
So-
songs are Marilise.
That's the name for the town.
So you have a group of refugees, you said.
We do.
Yes.
Yes.
Many. A few thousand.
Well,
We should read
we are not a huge group here. As you see, all that is left is maybe 40, 50,000 of us here.
Oh my, we have a few
Shit, man, that's
thousand.
way more than goblins.
Oh yes, but we won't be able to repopulate this nation. But I think word will spread to the other refugees from Sire that have spread across the continent that they're able to come home. And eventually we'll be able to rebuild. And whatever resources we can give you, they're yours.
Yay.
Magic. I mean,
We would
Okay.
gladly take these.
Yes.
The mayor of our town would, Marilise would be incredibly thankful for any help. Far, we were slaves to the Goblin King's taxes and policies,
Wow.
and his slavery.
It's funny that you mentioned tax. I'm just kidding.
We don't have anything. Blood from a stone mean anything to you?
But it's still not over because we need to find out who's behind this and the wizards and so certainly.
Oh, yes.
any
No,
aid
yeah.
we
Our
direct
primary
towards
task
that.
is still
Oh, that
Yeah.
to finish
yeah.
this quest.
that is very much 2/3 of my whole life's ambition. You have helped me fulfill the first third. And while I work on that, I count on you guys to get the other 2.
Jesus.
Is he sending us to go
would
kill,
we-
make sure the Goblin King's dead?
That means
No.
So
we're gonna-
are we working
He's
on
basically
behalf
saying
of the new king?
You are in charge of finding out what happened in the morning and avenging the people of Sire.
Yay.
I find that agreeable. That
Whatever I can do to help you with that, I will. As of right now, I'm not in a position to offer you that much help. All of our resources will be focused on rebuilding.
We need information. We just need information, right?
So, because I'm from the realm and stuff, do I know anything about this guy's personality? Like, is he a good guy or?
Oh,
was
he's a
this-
good guy.
Like,
You know he's a good guy.
Right.
He's, well, more neutral,
would
more in the lawful neutral
yeah.
type thing there. But
But as an elf, a high elf or whatever, who's familiar with it, would I be
your
inclined?
people would have been at war with his people,
Okay.
but
Okay. Well.
everybody was at war
everybody was at war.
There is that one.
for hundreds of years.
Once there's the armistice and everyone like signed on to a treaty,
Yeah.
the wars
Yeah.
have stopped.
So would I I don't know if my character I don't know enough about my high elf character or sentiment.
There would be
Well, because
Would I
animosity
look
between
at him
anybody.
as my king potentially or no?
You could. Sire was a home to a bunch of different races, and elves lived there.
And Charm was underneath
Yeah.
the
Well, no, Charm was in a different country,
Okay.
but still.
Okay.
What happened with Sire is that it was the crossroads for all nations.
Okay.
Yeah.
All goods traveled through Sire.
Yeah.
Everybody, every nation.
It basically
They-
created this. It created this big giant. It was a country right in the middle of the continent that blocked everything.
Okay.
Actually, I'll flip this back over. I mean, I can pull it up digitally, but it's easy to view in.
So all trade went through from cross country. Everything went through Sire. Everything.
This, basically, right here, was Sire.
Okay. Okay.
Right in the middle of everything.
Okay.
Ooh, I want to go to the Demon Waste.
Oh yeah, it sounds like a fun place to vacation.
Good place.
No,
to
I-
stand.
Awesome.
I just wanted to know, like, if I would have feelings like, oh, this guy is like frying pan to the fire, or
No, you would have respected him at the very
Okay.
least, and the fact that since he may have been a little bit of a fuckboy
Yeah.
leading up to the morning,
Yeah.
but since then he's stepped up and led his people and has been focused
So-
on rebuilding.
Okay.
What the hell is a fuckboy?
You don't know what a fuckboy is?
Really?
Sorry, don't know where that. That's kind of like a fuck ton. And
I just learned what an e-boy was, and I was like, what the hell's an e-boy?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, my daughter showed me an e-boy, and I'm like, well, isn't it like someone that's
Is that
like
swipe
emo?
left or right,
and they're like,
or-
no, it's a hot emo guy who has his own. Anyways, never mind. Following.
Do you have a spare change of clothes for me? Or do you just want to, like, looking at me in a potato sack thing?
Well, you are Marilee.
Why are
I'm
you
just not wearing
speaking?
leech.
So a hot
Why are
girl
you
and a-
speaking again, Changeling?
Yeah.
Why
When
are you
have I had
speaking
a-
in the royal court?
You know what? You know what would be great? If you just turned yourself into a potato, then you'd fit right in that sack.
Oh, yes, he does.
Oh, they told you.
They told him. Oh, yeah. We told him.
You guys got a floating sign above your head, changeling.
Changeling abomination was actually
You
the
never noticed the
term.
3 signs on your back that change the
Changeling
heel, don't
abomination
I was going to
who
tell the kid to
speaks
print
with a
to look
forked
me
tongue.
So the Urban Dictionary definition of a fuckboy is a Fuckboy is a guy with the body of a man and the mind of a perverted teenager.
Okay, that's like all men.
Ah, but
Wait.
basically a guy who
Runs
just
off
wants to go
everybody.
around banging everything that moves and
And
You know, the guy who's 40 and still lives in a basement with like rock posters
goes
on
out
the wall
to the club
and goes,
trying to pick up friggin' teenage
like an
chicks
18
at
year
the
old
club.
says, I can get you some free liquor.
It's a big perv.
He's the
Yeah,
guy
not
outside
quite
the
to
liquor
that
store on
level.
a Friday night saying, yes, little girl, I'll get
Yeah.
you a pack of beer.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a panel.
You know what you know what I like about high school girls? Every year I get older, they stay the same age. That guy.
I like girls and they still smell like pee. Yeah, whatever. That's so gross.
There we go.
I'm
Nacho
not
Man
getting
Fridays.
in
A
tonight.
weak or
Pardon?
contemptible
I'm not getting
man.
in
A man who has
tonight.
many casual sexual partners.
Sire, in all honesty, if it wasn't for this useful idiot, apparently, we would probably have not gotten before the Goblin King and had such a success as much
Somebody
as
defend
he
him.
is.
So
difficult.
his
as
main
we
use,
said, he's had use.
He's
his
had
main
use.
use was to get you audience with the Goblin King.
Basically.
It seems like that use may have run its course. Would you like us to dispose of this asset?
No,
or
we think he
Yes.
may still. We still have use of him.
I just don't want to look at his knobby knees anymore, so I can get some clothes there.
You have a bigger sack to throw on him.
I'm
Well, we
a high
can
elf.
remove the knees.
Curtain.
I'm trying to
They
get
bring you
dressed.
out some nice commoner clothes, and you can get
There you
dressed.
go.
Pardon me?
Commoner clothes.
You got clothes.
Sure, I'll take comedy clothes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just want to get out of the potato
You
pack.
got some beat up old clothes.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so
I shapeshift back into my.
You see
No, I
you see the
can't
town
take it.
drunk start like
You
stumbling
should
by
get
his
out of the
underwear.
holder at least at this point.
I shapeshift.
his
into
commoner
a-
clothes with a big streak that
Oh.
smell like his armor from the mushroom.
Oh, there's definitely the crotch is moist.
the hot pepper or
Jesus.
whatever, Scotch bonnet chili, whatever you
Shapeshift
gave
into
him.
a-
Was
I
it-
shapeshift him into human male and change it to common clothes.
There you go.
There you go.
And you reek of urine, but that's okay. At least you're not in a potato sack.
But not Goliath urine.
But I can't stand the smell, so I'm gonna cross-generate him into smelling like flowers.
There you go.
Like really
Prestidigitation,
yeah.
flower smell on you.
flowers. Smell like hey, it's better than urine.
Lavender.
Should have just said shit. It would have been better. Yeah, you smell like shit now.
I use the shit to
don't smell like
the
pee, you
smell
smell like
of
shit.
urine.
Here's the skunk.
Okay. What information did you must have, Sire? You must have some leads, anything that would aid us in starting this quest for you.
Well, what I do know is that. Pull up something here. That the.
I do know. Let me just pull out the Google.
No.
What I know.
Pull
DM's notes.
up the.
It's kind of fitting that the wizards brought the destruction upon their own people, so to speak.
That at the time of the morning, Zikron was with my mother in Calazart.
Zikron was with your mother.
In Calazart. Oh, crap.
Calazart.
Oh, I thought that would take one place.
I know.
Never mind, in the
That's
middle of the
capital?
morning.
Far north then. We have... have you entered the morning at all?
Not personally, no.
We have
we
made
have.
a few brief ventures in, and it is a dangerous
Friendly
place.
place.
Oh yes.
We actually encountered the forces of the Warforged forces of the Lord of Blades.
Yeah, it's my understanding that they've kind of taken the
Yeah.
morning as their own. They're a little bit hardier, more resistant to the forces
Yeah.
there.
And
Stand to live there longer.
we
As
have
organic
encountered
beings.
aberrations, mutations.
The animals won't go in there.
It is a
Palpitations.
very dangerous place.
Why do you think I haven't gone in there?
We'll take this task. All we ask is, we know you have very little resources. Anything that you, any aid you can give us, anything, any edge that you can spare us, we would
For the time being,
gladly accept.
I will require all of my resources in
Information.
retaking of my nation. However, once the nation is secured and the undesirable people removed, we can probably spare some resources.
Can we start off with the port of harbor and information?
That's what we just did.
Well, that's
Basically,
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
what we just
basically you
did.
said.
Start off with that.
Whatever,
So, the
whatever
gist-
aid you
That's
can
what we
give
just
us.
did, yeah.
A letter
The gist
of
of it-
introduction, or a letter that we're.
Well, no, and just a place to come back to, a place to.
Well, the gist of it is he's allowing you to keep your town tax free,
Yeah.
and
That's better than 50%.
Oh, that's actually. Oh,
And again, I'd like to just reiterate that Marie-Lise, the mayor of our town, is a wonderful soul who has built a hospital, has really built up the area, and we just wanted to ensure that the town's viability and safety.
We got
And I can't speak for her, although my church in town will gladly support any efforts in Sear.
we can upgrade to a
You know, the
Goblin
way you
City.
guys talk about Mary Louise, she's like the unicorn on that commercial.
Yeah, whatever.
she shits rainbows.
Yeah.
Rainbow snow
Oh,
cones.
on the squatty potty.
Yeah.
You got it. That's it. All these little kids run around.
You know,
downtown
just
with
give me an
cones
empty
on.
Goblin
How do you think
City
she got
when we
elected
take
so
over.
easily?
She did.
By a landslide victory.
It was pretty much a slam dunk.
Squatted across the bar. And laid out a snow cone for
We do
everyone.
have an empty Goblin City.
Yeah.
So I just want to cover her, cover the town, cover a place for us to venture out of.
Mm-hmm.
Once
Quarters or birthing would be.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, you'll be welcome. We'll be welcome in our capital city whenever you want to come by. We haven't renamed it yet. Do you have any suggestions for names for the capital of New Sire?
Spooky.
Spooky land. I would suggest name it in.
YouTube is me.
No, after your mother. In your mother's honor.
come again?
Oh, you huge sucker.
No, that's fantastic and sweet.
Brown
It's
nosy
good.
dad's
Oh,
fast.
that's good.
So, the capital shall now be known as Danelle.
There you go.
Oh, that's no.
There you go.
I thought you were gonna say it's like Exarine or something crazy.
No, Danelle. That's
Danelle. That's
Fucking
nice.
new
That's
cat
what,
name.
that's what it says here. I didn't even make that one up. Talk to Wizards of the Coast for that one.
I was about to come up with some stripper name for it.
Although I am the one that made him a fuckboy. He was just who very much loved his wife.
And we don't know where she's at though.
Oh, she's dead.
Oh, she's dead.
She
His
did.
wife's dead.
Okay.
She died in the morning.
You do know. Should we tell them the? Oh.
Don't
No,
worry.
no, no. Just shut up, shut up.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is actually the time for shut up.
What this?
If you guys can cast silence,
Oh,
you may want to stop
No, no, no. I mean,
every time.
I'll have to check my spell
What is
list.
oh my gosh.
Take deafness
That
slash
is the time
blindness.
for shut up.
Oh yeah.
That is.
What is
That is
that?
the time for shut up.
What's this one the sign of?
The end tower.
Okay.
I can't count A, B, C, D, E, F.
Oh, God,
Or I
it's been a
can't
long
remember.
time.
It's been a long time. H,
You're not too
I,
bad.
J, K, L, M, N, O. Right?
Yeah.
No. No.
Oh,
There's
oh.
like a R in there that's like twisted or something. I can't do my.
Oh no, it goes O P Q R S.
Yeah, I
Then-
forget. It's interesting. There's a girl at work who's deaf.
No silence, man.
Okay.
I was thinking of throwing something in.
So what's
Do
our
it.
next
Do
plan
it.
of doing?
It's going pretty good for us right now.
Yeah.
Right?
So what's
You're
our
alive.
plan?
Hey, zippity zoo.
Okay, so we've been doing new shit. What?
I'd like to
plans
develop a
next
new
to-
cantrip called Slap to the Head.
That's just an action.
Not your man
Bitch
said
slap.
that the Wi-Fi.
I think it says Wi-Fi.
Nacho Man. Wait. Did that mean Nacho Man missed out on the genocide?
What?
Did that Wi-Fi took a
Oh yeah, I think Nacho Man may have missed the genocide.
So what's our next plan of attack? We let the prince know.
Oh,
Oh, you missed on the genocide.
Sure.
So it'll be posted later. We can see it later, right?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So at Crossroads, what are we gonna do next?
So we have a choice of going back to New Cap and ensuring that they're not being overrun,
True.
Hey, a
Because-
bard can cast silence.
Yeah.
which would be
Yeah,
probably a
poutine and beer
smart
would be
thing.
fine.
Yeah.
A group has spell books with clues in them.
Mm-hmm. They wanted to set up a magic shop last time.
So that would be examining those would be smart. I think just
Well, I
not...
have access to those.
Okay, but I think not leaving New Cap naked right now. Like, we don't know exactly.
We don't know if the Goblin King actually sent on
There's
an army.
gonna be
we
before
don't-
this
people
happened.
we don't
that are
know.
gonna, yeah.
Yeah, going back to New Cap, and while we're going
Which is
back,
smart,
we're going to look
'cause
to see if there's
typically we
actually
jump
a
to the
Goblin
next
army
step.
head towards it.
And forget to go back and
Yeah.
cover our ass. So I would say
Because you
cover
don't
our
know if
ass.
the Goblin King actually
Yeah.
sent people out, so they may be people.
Yeah, so cover
So
our
while we're
ass.
flying back, perception to see if there's
At
an
this
army.
point, the prince is going to go to you guys like, well, I think that's all we need to discuss. If you don't mind, I need to start prepping my people. We have a move to look forward to.
We take your leave, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Your Highness.
Is there a way that we can communicate with him? Is there something that you have that we can
Oh, that
communicate
is.
with him? If when we're
Is
at
there a sending stone or
Sending stone?
anything that potentially
Yeah, Representative
not
Hacienda
yourself,
somewhere.
but a representative of yourself that. Is there a representative that would be easier? One of your.
You know what? Here, let me give a
Your vizier,
call somebody
somebody.
here. Basically, calls up, goes like, "Hey, go get the."
Go
So
to
this guy,
Henri.
so this man approaches you and he says, "Hello, how can I help you? I have a few magical items I can provide for you.
Woo.
I do not currently have any sending stones. However, I can have one made and sent over to you."
What else does he have?
Well, let's see.
The bard's picking up on this.
Everyone is. Everyone's like, I got nothing.
Hello.
Someone's got an axe coming.
For
I don't know.
Jeff,
Somebody had to plus.
I have an
like
item
that.
that I have created myself and I haven't built it yet.
Okay.
However, it is a wand that you can store up to 5 spells in.
Oh yeah.
But you must expel 2 spell slots per spell you want to do to charge it.
First level.
Whatever the spell is you're casting. So you can put 5 third-level spells in it, but it's going to take you 2 third-level spell slots per spell you store in it.
And how long do the charges last?
They last 48 hours.
What? Okay.
So you spell slots, sleep, and then you have 2 days worth of spells.
Okay, you know where this goes further on in the character when I can meta magic and do quicken spell, so I can do 2 attacks and throw a spell in the same round, which could be fireball. It could be as a bonus action, which would be like, oh baby.
So basically, you're going to be able to store spells in it. If you have extra spell slots at the end of a day, you can go, well, before I go to sleep, I'm going to load a couple of fireballs in this thing. And go to
I
sleep.
haven't saved any spell slots in a battle, so every single one goes into a smite.
Hey, Fishguard, Nacho Man is back.
Woohoo!
What else does he have? It's just that.
I thank him. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
For you, Bard, he has a very fancy
Ukulele.
set of bagpipes.
The bagpipe.
You have advantage on performance checks while using the bagpipes.
Ooh.
I'm definitely
No, I was thinking going AC/DC side.
And you have to do that to cast them. No advantage unless you do that.
Oh, man.
That's awesome.
Bagpipes of advantage. And performance.
For the rather large gentleman you have there, I have a set of +1 plate armor.
Fucking A.
Perked up on the couch. Yeah.
Hey, AC!
It's just a prince. Thank you. Thank you very
And
much.
for this fine elven maiden here,
Oh, jeez. I'm not used to
A
that.
mask.
I'm
Got
like
you a
totally
mask.
with him at this point. Yeah.
We have this wonderful potato sack to put in your head.
Yeah, really.
a fancy disguise kit that allows you to cast disguise self once per day.
Oh. Thank you, sire. Thank you.
And for you, a set of commoner clothes. You already have those.
Piss is free. That's hilarious.
Hey, you're the one who tried to lie to the prince.
I didn't try to lie.
You did. You did.
I tried to take everything to protect them.
I believe you said, I have no idea what they were up to.
I didn't say that. That was
Yes,
That
you
was
did.
me, actually, because I didn't know
I didn't say that.
necessarily. I was in the room
No,
with
no,
the
but
king.
he definitely said the.
I said we were getting our attention to spread the plague so far.
You said we were looking to infect the king. I don't know what they were up to.
Oh yeah, that they.
Yes, where you very clearly planned what they were going to do,
In the zone of truth.
and that is called a lie.
All I know
See?
is that they were going to spread something. I didn't know exactly what they were doing.
So there's the truth, where you do not lie, and then there's a lie where you do not tell the truth. You did this one. After the prince said, "Be honest with me."
That's
Well, I was
hilarious.
on it.
But
that
nobody
I
got
didn't
thrown
tell
off
you.
the ship, so we're good.
I did get, we're telling the truth that we did not intend for the plague to spread. So.
Oh, we
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Oh, we did.
I don't know if you planned a genocide. I don't think you did the math on the 600,000 dead.
We didn't know how much it would spread, though. Like,
Okay,
That is very
I
good.
figured right off the bat. I gotta tell you honestly that. That's why I was like, oh god,
What?
oh
We
god.
actually thought.
Especially with how virulent it was in Goblinoids, that
Yeah.
it was gonna like just.
Dude, I was counting on that. Oh, I was trying to avoid
What did you
it.
think?
That's why again, when you asked if I thought you were going to do a genocide, why do you think I mentioned how virulent it was to goblins at the very beginning of the session?
Yeah.
Before you started talking
I
genocide.
thought you were trying to talk us out of it?
No.
Good luck with that.
To be
I didn't
honest,
want. That's what I said to
going
Travis.
down.
I don't want to push them into doing something that was really bad. We would just let them come to the decision of
yeah.
let's do it. But you didn't have to like. No pushing for Sean. He's like Yahoo!
I'm a little upset. I kind of want to go back to see if there's any slaves in that place. Oh, like,
Oh no, it's a battlefield.
Yeah.
It's just yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
Stand back.
stay away from them for a bit.
Also on loot and plunder.
Like I said,
what was that? Yeah.
go back to New Cap.
Yeah, let's go
Yeah.
back to New Cap. Let's pay attention, see if there's
Again, we got to cover that stupid base. There could be like a
Because the Goblin King could have sent out goblins before the
Yes.
plague happened, so there might be an army marching towards New Cap.
or
so-
there could
Healthy
be 20
people
guys
still out
left
of
dragging their asses
hold on.
going.
You know what?
What
Yeah.
army would be marching on New Cap?
100
the
healthy
Goblin King
goblins.
was sent out before.
Sorry, one at a time.
Yeah,
Sorry,
sorry.
buddy.
The Goblin King may have sent one out before this all happened.
Oh.
And you know what? 100 warriors against 2,000 refugees.
That is, yeah.
It'd be
Yeah,
terrible.
but-
So even if
yeah.
100 survive to make revenge, we still need
Like
to.
we already knew that.
The Goblin King was going to set up an army, so they may have made it out before this all happened.
We
So
infected
that
the
was
army.
the idea behind arming the villagers.
Yes.
We did infect the army.
But who can send a message to Marilyn
But we
to
don't know
say,
yet.
heads
Yeah.
up, you guys gotta protect
You would've-
yourself,
No,
told her
we
before you-
probably could through the ship though.
right?
And you when you went back to town,
Yeah,
you
okay.
warned them that
Yeah.
the Goblin King said he was
Yeah.
sending an army before
Yeah,
you even
yeah,
headed
okay.
out to.
But
To
it took
decide.
4 days, so we knew we had enough time.
Yeah.
When we go
Yeah.
back to New Cap now, we're going to pay attention to see and scout out. So as we're flying
Make
down,
sure
we're
that
going
they're
to see.
make sure they're covered.
Yeah.
And then we'll
Figure it
maybe
out.
we can cut it and start, and we know that our next jaunt is going to be into the morning.
So we're flying back to New Cap. Do we see a
Yeah,
Goblin
yeah,
army
yeah.
coming towards us?
As you're flying over Rookhendral, give me a group perception check.
That's is that a 20? 20 die, right?
Yeah.
That's a smuffin, sweet.
I got a 9. What did you get?
9 total?
Yeah.
No, I got
19 and a nat 1.
Okay.
13 total.
Okay.
Got 13.
I got 17 total.
17.
19 and not 1.
We just need a push pigs roll to determine this.
Smuffins rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Finally,
So we're
he failed.
3 on. What did you get?
You are
Travis?
basically you need
Oh,
him
hang on.
to pass.
It's
Yeah, Sean's
sunlight.
got a pass.
Sean's got a passer for you to notice anything as you.
So I got what?
Group
Pass.
perception.
So Smuffins
Pass
has
or
disadvantage
perception?
in sunlight. This way he rolled on the second roll.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
Natural 1.
Look what he rolled on the second roll for disadvantage.
I can't always roll
Yeah.
good.
We're all drunk on the deck. Yeah.
Smuffins has disadvantage.
But
Rolled
it's a
not
group, I
1.
don't know if
He
it's
rolled a
a
nat
group.
20
No,
on the
it's
second
group.
one. So it's 1.
Yeah.
Well, no, when it's
Son
a
of a
group,
bitch.
I don't know how that works out.
So
Basically,
the majority of the group has to
Yeah.
pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you did.
So that way it's not just one person with a high roll.
Okay.
You had
Everybody
you had
has to
4
roll.
fails and 2 successes.
Yeah. Which makes it fair.
Yeah.
You know it, you just
So
don't.
what happened?
Yeah, I just don't want to tell them.
We
yeah.
didn't see nothing because we were drunk on the deck of the ship. We're passing over the
as
capital
you're-
again.
We're
You guys,
observing.
it was.
I mean, we'll see stuff, but
It was
we're
a
not
long
gonna.
day, yeah.
It was a long
Identify
journey,
something.
and it just so happens that you were passing over the town right around bedtime, and you got a little bit sleepy. A couple of you were dozing off. Didn't really notice much as you flew over there. But I'm gonna have you give me another one as you reach down towards Arthur.
Now we're actively looking for anything on their way to.
Woohoo! Not 20.
Oh God.
I have
That's
two.
investigation.
11.
23.
11.
Actually rolled really well that time.
12 and a nat 20.
11.
The bard
I'm
gets a
gonna
nat 20.
use Celestial.
Oh.
Just 'cause why not?
What does that mean?
I'm
2d4.
very upset
My
about
God is gonna give me some power.
And Smuffins is getting
13.
Florida bonus plus 8. 3, 15.
There.
And
And
a, no,
no, and a 4.
17.
17.
So you notice that here there is what appears to be the leftovers of a large battle, as if the Goblin King had sent an army south, but it ran into an army of bugbears heading north.
Yay!
But now, what looks like a bad battlefield is just filled with sick and dying bugbears.
Oh.
Is there a bastard Shefton with a really cool sword?
What's wrong with the buckbear?
Roll right now, and if you get a nat 20, you can see him.
I get spot.
You could drop down and see.
Natural. No. Natural 17.
17. No, that's not bad.
Yeah, you're flying overhead, and you
With
can
advantage?
see this.
With advantage?
No.
Fine.
Now we got sick bugbears at the door.
Oh,
Damn.
but they are very much messed up. This battle was one of those things that it was a war of attrition, kind of. They just basically killed each other down to they weakened each other very significantly, and the illness
Go
is
down
taking
as
their
werewolves. Free XP.
And the bugbears are like enemies, right? Because you guys have.
So-
Well, they could be friends, but
They're
we
sort
didn't
of,
get along
no,
well.
no.
Yeah. They kind of pissed us off, and they stole
They
my
get it
sword.
if you
So-
favor.
We better get back to our
One
freaking
guy-
town at this point.
One guy robbed us because we may have tied him up and captured him. And maybe.
But they were freaking swimming out to the boat and shit. So fuck that shit. They were
So
trying
they
to.
swam out to the boat and we were
Okay,
shooting
hold on,
at
hold on,
them
hold on.
and firing.
Yeah.
They get it to favor. Do you really want to pick a fight with them?
No,
Yeah,
no.
I'll
Well, they're half
their
dead.
asses.
That's what I said. Free XP.
Well, basically, the ones that are left look in really bad shape,
So you
as
know.
if it's just a matter of time.
How about this?
you wanna
We
heal
land
them?
and ask them how are they.
You want to heal them?
Yes, I damn well
And then
do.
you become their rescuer.
While he's
and they
healing them, I'm
fight
looking for that
I
us.
think it would be brilliant to stop and heal.
Make some bugbear friends.
Darn right.
The
No,
bard will
I will
assist in
find.
this healing.
I will find the top 11 that.
and I will be picking out their children to cook and eat.
No, but the top 11 who look
Just kidding, I
to
wouldn't do
appear to be
But I am looking for
commander
bastards.
style leaders.
You see, as you guys bring down the ship, you see very sick with a arrow in his chest, a certain chieftain bugbear that you've seen before.
Soul gonna step on that fucker.
We're not gonna. You know what? I'm not. We're not gonna kill him. We're not gonna
Oh,
kill
I
him.
didn't say I was gonna
We're
kill
not
him.
gonna kill him.
No.
I'm gonna eat
Okay.
him. Alive.
I'll approach him.
And then
Oh,
shit him out.
crap.
So is he on death's bed or?
He is. Looks like he's around like 1 hit point.
Okay.
All right, so it's very simple.
Very ill.
Do you want to live? I need my sword back. Simple as that. You will live right here and now.
He lifts up the hilt of a sword where
My
it's
sword.
snapped off.
Fuck it, you died.
No.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Is that actually my broken sword?
Yep.
Oh, fuck it. Fuck it.
Well, he was fighting. What do you do?
You kill him. Let him
no,
die.
no animosity.
Let him die.
No animosity.
Let him die.
No.
You know
No.
what? This is a Shefton. You could heal all the other ones.
No.
He's a
Hey,
dirty.
No,
he's a dirty
no.
prick.
Where's my armor?
Don't heal him.
No,
You're wasting your
I'm
time.
healing him.
I'm
I'm
healing him.
just
You
gonna
have no
chop his head
idea.
off.
Your water's at the bottom of the ocean. Your armor's at the bottom of the ocean.
What? What happened? Just
Are you?
The bugbear threw it all off
He
the
threw
ship
it all off.
Yeah.
in the ocean. Why would he carry it back to town? He just threw it
How
off the
many
ship.
bugbears? Hold on. I want to ask. How many bugbears are around it? That
There's a couple hundred, but they're very badly hurt. There's not a single healthy one in the group.
Aw.
And they all are very sick and looks like they'll
They
just
smell
die
like
on
wet
their own.
dogs. Fuck. Just kill them all.
They're a bunch of Chewbacca's.
Yeah.
A bunch of
Kill him.
very sick Chewbacca's.
Kill him. Kill him.
Sick and injured.
Okay, I'm going to heal the
Some that are yelling
and
out-
I'm going to.
I want to die.
I can't heal everybody. I can't.
Yeah.
Like the Shefton, you can't heal.
I'll
the
assist
Chief.
with the healing.
I
The
tell you.
bugbear.
Okay,
Is there
so
any
I will
healers
cure
in
his
the monks
disease.
then?
So I can
It won't
only
work.
cure 11
It
of
won't
them.
work
there-
when I stick my
Jeff,
axe in the
You're not
skull.
going to kill him
there
because even though this is New Seer, we need allies, and I would prefer to have them not whip up New Cap's
Heal
ass.
the healers. Are there no healers amongst the
Oh,
bugbears?
not really.
No, I was just, I don't know.
They're
I
fucking.
thought
Okay.
They're
the
Ewoks.
goblin. I leave
Alright.
the bugbears alone. I thought looted the goblin body for armor.
So I'm going
or
to
weapons.
heal the.
Oh.
I'm going to cure the leader of disease,
Yeah.
and then he's got an enormous chest that he's down to like 1 hit point.
Yeah.
I'll heal him. You cure, I'll heal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give him
So
2
you guys
hit points.
managed to basically get 11 of these guys up to the point where they're gonna survive.
Chop his fucking.
Can you-
And the idea is I want to parlay and tell me no animosity that we did fight you. Or I mean, he doesn't know. Actually, we were freaking werewolves.
That's right.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna tell him
So he'll have no idea.
he has no
why I chopped his head
idea
off.
that the people of New Cap extend a hand of friendship to
Okay.
the bugbears to the south,
You have
and
a
that
crew of 11 bugbears who joined you
That-
because you healed them.
Can we parlay over a short rest? I'll do a stronger rest so you get extra hit points, like all the hit points back.
although we cannot heal everybody,
Yeah.
that
Well, no, I can do a song rest if we do like spend 4 hours, and I can sing a song. I could get them all hit points back.
but then we could. I was gonna say we invite them to.
Yeah.
For he, as much as we can help in New Cap, to heal them. I mean, we've got a couple thousand people
Yeah.
in New Cap now. It's not like 100
Yeah.
bugbears is gonna
But no,
overrun
during
them.
a short rest, I can heal a
But
whole
I
bunch
will
of them.
invite them that there's a hospital in New Cap,
Yeah.
which is very short march from here.
Okay. So
That-
you can heal 11 of them right now.
Yeah.
Okay. They said there was 100 left. So there's now 99 left. Roll me a D100.
Wait a minute. You did something wrong with the math there.
Oh, I know. I know what I'm doing.
He is
said there was
doing
100.
what he's doing.
So there's now.
You healed 11.
Yeah. So there's 89 left.
He's doing the
You
percentage.
said
Oh, I thought
99.
you said 99.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
99
what's
bottles.
wrong with your math?
99 bottles
I
of
can do
bugbear on the
89.
wall. 99 bottle. 77.
77?
Yeah.
77 of them succumb to their illness and die in the night.
Oh man.
Reverse the odds.
No, 7.
That means 12 more.
But you've still saved a percentage.
That means-
So
say
if we
23.
stay overnight,
You can save
I can-
23 people.
23 people.
Alright, we saved 23.
Well,
23 people.
and how far are we away from our place?
Not too far.
You're another half day's travel.
So we're still on par with getting there within a 4-day range.
But-
We stay out.
But
But they killed half the
and
Kalmani
extending a
that's coming
hand of
towards us.
friendship to the tribes to the south, the bugbears for New Cap.
The tribes in the south are gone.
Well, they're being wiped out by
They were already wiped out by the plague at this point. They marched north to fight the goblins, and this is.
Oh,
what was left.
there's got to be some.
Sweet, there's a pirate
small
town to take over.
percentage. left. There'll be
Oh,
a
yeah.
percentage left.
20%.
It's a small percentage.
Hang on. Does
I
that
would
mean
rather
that
have that
pirate towns-
percentage left.
Hang on, there's a pirate town now free.
Do I
There is.
find any armor or weapon in
There's
the...
pirate port town for free.
There is.
Oh, you find
We got a pirate port town for the taking.
you find hundreds of shitty swords. You find more shitty swords than you could ever
You
carry.
see
But
where this
shitty
could
swords
go?
can be melted
Armor.
down into decent
But
iron.
A pirate town.
But I don't want to live in a pirate town full of bodies.
No, but there's a
A
pirate.
pirate town of rotting corpses is
But-
just not coronavirus.
It's
Then
the,
we start getting
Bring
into
the
No,
bugbears
it's the name-
there.
Other
Have them clean
virus
up the town.
with
They
rotting-
manage the pirate thing.
No,
and
I don't
we
care
have
for the
a port
town.
for
It's
when
a
we need
pirate
safety
town.
there.
What's in a pirate
So
town?
now we have 2
Treasure.
towns.
Hopefully. If they haven't buried it in Oak Island.
Do I find any
Well-
armor?
Ah,
unless
like shitty leather
there's
armor.
ears.
new episode Sunday.
and they cost only $1 because we're all buccaneer.
Leather armor.
Ah, back in there.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah.
fucking sad. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, leather
I'm just saying, we might-
Negative 10
Are we
on your
having
next
all the
fucking
body?
roll.
For Sean's sake, there might be some stuff there we can find that help us out.
Well,
Because they claim a whole bunch of things.
okay, so we know that they're wiped out.
Yeah.
Well, so basically, as you would remember your discussion with the prince there, that he's coming back to reclaim this whole nation as side.
Yeah.
So you have your area, and he's cool with you keeping your area.
We're not going to go looting
Yeah.
his.
But he's not there yet.
He's nowhere near
Oh
there
yeah,
yet.
no, that group on the airship that rolled up, and yeah, you know, they looked that big Goliath guy and that shifty little bugger.
And that ugly elf.
Yeah, you remember those guys?
Yep.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah,
And
but
that
where
guy,
does he
that
belong?
Bard guy with the little smuffin.
So these bugbears is somebody that can we trust them to hold the pirate town for the king in the king's name?
They're gonna go back to their tribes.
Okay. Just,
Go back to their tribes, or they will. They're at least very happy with you saving them. The 23.
Actually, you
of
know
them.
what?
could they
Actually,
provide security?
Let's
at our-
offer them a refuge
had the
in
point.
Newcap, and they'd be good
You had the
workers.
point.
Because
Well,
Newcap's already full of fucking people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Newcap's
yeah.
got like so
Yeah,
many
but-
workers that we don't even know what to do with.
Bugbears are very good workers.
Okay.
I still
we
think-
got
Right
three,
now,
got
I'm
5,000
prepping to burn the
people.
body right
I
now.
still
Okay.
think pay it
Yeah.
forward with a chieftain
Clarify.
Yeah.
is smart.
Yeah.
Pay it forward with a chieftain is smart.
I'm thinking we should burn the
still
bodies.
wanna chop his
Hey?
fucking
I think we should
head
burn the
off.
bodies.
No. Take too long.
No, it's not a bad idea, but
Right.
Not
There's
gonna take
100
too long.
bodies.
We can cast fire.
oh no,
Or
there's a
there's
big
more.
battle.
Oh.
There's 100
There's like
bugbears plus
2,000.
how many goblins?
It's
and-
3,000. It's going to take a while.
Yeah.
This is a giant battle. This is like Helm's Deep leftovers.
Do we
It's like
ask-
a good month, 2 months to clean
Do we
up.
ask the survivors who have done? Do we say to them, perhaps, could you dispose? Put your body,
They're
whatever,
gonna
and then
tell you.
meet us to town.
There's
We've
23
just
of
rescued
them.
them.
There's
Yeah, think of the smell.
The
burn-
crows will handle
the
that.
smell of burning hair.
Well, I don't know. I just don't know if we're.
And then
doing
all the
this.
creatures that it attracts,
Yeah.
especially
The
out in
carrion
Moorland.
eaters.
There's
Right,
like,
and then it's gonna get into the food supply.
it'd be like werewolves
and
and shit. No,
We should burn them.
Yeah, that's
should burn them.
We should burn them.
we should, but
There's hundreds of them. How the fuck are you gonna burn
I don't
There's
hundreds?
think
not
one.
hundreds of them.
We're half
There's
a day
thousands.
away.
There's
Oh, sorry,
thousands.
there's thousands of them. Fuck, it ain't
You know how
nothing.
long that's going to take to burn thousands of
okay,
bodies?
okay.
Okay.
I have a plan.
Yeah, no. Your fire doesn't work that
How
way.
How far walk are we from New Cap?
Half a day.
Half a day.
Well, you're a half a day airship
Fine.
ride.
How far walk?
About a day's walk.
Okay, we leave Travis to burn bodies,
Okay.
and we fly back.
Your ass off, buddy. We'll
How
see
much
you.
alcohol do we have?
None.
Not much.
Damn it.
A bottle of wine. Smash.
Yeah.
Well,
it
that
does.
was good.
We'll see you in like
What's the
a
vibe
year
like that?
of burning bodies
What?
for.
Are we in a forest or dry grass, dry what?
To go forest.
You don't want to burn
It's a
them.
fire.
Oh,
Yeah,
so we're
yeah,
going to
yeah,
burn
yeah.
the forest down.
It's fucking Australia.
No,
Here
how about we
come.
just do like every other massive battle and just
walk away?
walk away?
Okay, we will walk away.
The worms will.
And on The
deal with
Witcher,
it.
they would just be like ghouls pop out of the ground from the battle.
Suck them up.
Yeah.
The wizards come and reanimate.
Don't worry,
the
that's a problem for
corpses.
another week.
The
It's
worms.
almost
The
like-
worms playing peanut butter.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to New Cap
You guys made it back to
and
New
Just natural man say
Not Joe.
what
not
you need to
Joe.
do is a good old fashioned oil spill to set fire to. Clean up
Oh,
the
yeah.
corpse quick.
it would.
Where do you get oil from?
So you make it back to New Cap. You parlay with the town. You explain what happened. You explain that Sire is coming back to reclaim Dargoon as new Sire.
It would be Danelle.
And the town of Denel, but the country will still be Sire.
Yeah.
But the capital of Rukandral will be renamed Denel. They are coming back with their 50,000 people for now, and it'll grow over time.
And I think this is an opportunity for our own refugees that we can't support them in this town.
Yep.
Well, we should send some to
Which-
the pirate town.
I think we're better to send them to the capital, but
You want to
Oh,
move
I don't
to
know
They'll be
about that.
safer
They're
there.
they're
The
already,
capital's still going to be a shit show.
but
until
they're
what's his
already
face takes over.
refugees there.
Yeah, until the
Well,
until
we'll wait until
yeah.
we can wait
You give
until.
them a choice. You
once
tell
the
them they have a
prince- yeah.
choice.
Well, we're not.
But we
yeah.
physically don't have room
You
here,
know,
so we
well,
should
we're
move
not
some
their
down to that pirate
slavers.
town.
We're
Why
not their slavers, so they have the.
It's a
they
long
have
haul
choices.
through jungle. That's the only thing.
We got an
Right, we
airship.
can go down the. We got an airship.
And we got a dock. We already traveled by
Yeah,
boat
we have
down
a
there.
ship.
Yeah.
We have boats and we have an airship.
No, it is, but so we can actually use one of the barge boats
Yeah.
to drop the bodies on and move them down the coast and burn them, get rid of them, without too much trouble.
3,000 bodies.
Or we
on
could
barges.
feed, or we could feed the sharks. They'll do a
They
good
were
job.
following your.
Yeah, there's a whole school of them out front.
Interesting.
Oh,
You know,
hold
and
on.
they can say, "Hey, you want a place to live? Clean the
much is
bodies
this?
out. You got a place to live." Maybe.
Why can't we support the town?
What?
Why can't we support the
We're
town?
going
We're
on a
to
big
the coast.
adventure.
How many people do we have in the town?
What are we at now? 4,000?
Yeah.
More than that.
So in 1 month we went from a couple hundred to 4,000. So how
town's
much
not big
food is
enough.
coming in?
What time of year is
We
it?
can
When
go
do the
fishing.
crops come in?
Okay. Now how long does that take to set up a do we even know what we're fishing for? Are you a fisherman?
I believe we had some. I don't know how many we
We have
have.
some people who can
We have
fish
some, but we don't have enough to suddenly in 1 week
Feed
feed 4,000.
We're not Jesus.
We need to spread.
That's what I said earlier. I said
We not have
even
the
with the
ability to
clerics
food.
doing
That's why
purifying
the
and
pirate
everything,
town would be good
there's,
to put
there's
lots of
only
refugees.
so much
Yeah.
we could support, and that's where we're like
We
our
send the
resources
Aussie
are
rugby
tapped.
team down there with a whole
We've
bunch of people.
just told the,
I think
the
that
new
table's the
king
only thing
that
that's
we're
saving
gonna
them right
go
now.
and try and find
Yeah.
out what's going on. We won't have time to protect 4,000 people and take care of them the way
Yeah,
that
I
they
think
need
the pirate
to be.
town would be a good spot to dump
It's
a
just-
whole bunch of
No,
refugees.
this would actually come down to Marie-Lise,
Or
is
yeah.
that as
mayor.
mayor that there should be a decision made that the refugees get to decide
What they want to do.
what they want to do.
Yeah,
They're all
just kick 'em to the
smart
curb.
There's
people.
farmers and fishermen there. There's people from Australia.
We've already
wherever.
pulled some of them into the town to help us, but I'm sure there's nobody wants to live in a refugee. Nobody
manage
wants
your
to
own
live in a
destiny.
refugee camp. Like, I mean, come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're gonna
But here's the
want
thing.
to. A certain group will want to.
Yeah, but Jeff, here's the thing. We wiped out 80% of all life around us.
Yeah.
That way.
So hunting,
Who are we killing
possible, fishing, it's possible to find the food. For
But the town size
not-
does not support that many
Okay.
people.
Okay.
we can
So Travis, go on a 6-month diet of nothing.
we can
Go on a
loot the
6-month
nearby town.
diet of nothing. You can't just automatically go from here to here.
We can loot the nearby towns of whatever food they have.
Your
I mean,
nearest
is nothing.
town
They're
is-
hunter-gatherers.
Yeah. Your nearest town is like a 2-day walk away.
They're hunter-gatherers.
Yes.
They won't
So-
have much food to support.
I believe in the people's right to manage themselves
There will
and
be
figure
food. There will
it
be
out.
plenty of food in the capital, and they can
Right?
head there to get resources.
There'll be plenty of food in the pirate town too for them. to
Or
get.
the
You
pirate
already-
town, but I don't think we can just suddenly say, "Oh, the town's going to take in 4,000 people and live forever."
And
It's not going to happen.
At the time right now, you're sending how many thousands of people to a town that
Isn't safe yet.
it's not safe.
Well, no, we'll have
A
to do
plague,
stuff
a
like
plague
that.
town.
Yeah.
What's that? The plague
There's
town?
gonna
You
be
talking about the pirate
survivors.
town or
Yeah, the pirate town.
Yeah,
That's,
right. There's gonna be still
Why would
fights
the
and
pirate
skirmishes.
town
I
have
would
plague?
There's going to
think.
be
This is full
survivors.
of
there's gonna be
bodies.
200,000 people that.
and rotting.
Well, it's not 200,000 people anymore.
Okay.
It won't last long.
The plague took out 600,000 people.
Oh, then
The
there's
ensuing
more.
battles.
I'm not saying that won't be an
executions and
option
whatnot.
in the near future, but
No,
I'm
but
saying
my point is this: if you let them rot longer, it gets worse. You go in now and get rid of them
We'd
now.
have to
Oh,
go
yeah.
now
It's
and
less.
yeah.
But you can basically, the nation of Sire people are coming in and
Yes.
reclaiming the capital.
Let them do
Yeah.
that part.
And once it's safe, you could then send your refugees to
and
it.
you have to
Yes.
think that we have a refugee camp full of sick refugees
Yeah.
So you just
who
tell
are
them
going to
what's
try and
on.
march a couple of days through the jungle with
Well,
no
let's have fucking
food.
airship them in.
Going to
And
die
again,
if we
as you
send
are
them out.
right now, there's still a lot of sick people that you have to heal.
Yeah,
And
it's,
you're not going to send sick people to go join up with the healthy people.
Right.
it's just not feasible. Yeah, it's just not feasible. Like,
Well, but I'm saying our town can't support what we got now. So what do you want to do with that? We can't keep doing.
Well,
what
that's
we
what
got.
I
eventually,
Should we get venture
Send
over
them to
the
the
town?
Can't be that long.
Okay, wait. Is it possible to send some to the pirate place?
well, that's what we're saying.
Well,
but
first we have to go there and make
Yeah.
sure it's
Well,
safe.
we give them-
we
Yeah.
could give them the option. That's the other thing
Yeah.
too. Like they are free thinking
Well,
people. Ask them. I got a pirate town over there. You got to clean some dead bodies
That's
out
a-
of. You can have your own town.
I
Well,
said
people
already,
are-
but
yeah.
it's not up for us to
Okay.
suddenly decide
They're
for
going to
them.
have dry good.
A vote would have to
Three
be
towns are
taken,
gonna
and this
have
is
dry
probably
good.
something that should dump into Mary Lisa's
I don't know how
lap.
much
That's
they have.
I'm
Some people
thinking-
fishmen,
she's
they want to
gonna
go on
have
the
to-
coast.
I'm thinking you got a big fuck ton of those orc
Yeah,
rugby
right.
fuckers that have no
But
problem
if we go
with
to
taking
another
over
town
that
and
town.
start
Oh, I know.
poaching from them,
Which I think
when they've
A
got
group,
their own
A group's
people,
gonna
that's
have to
gonna
be.
be
They're gonna get
problematic.
stuck with.
A lot
You
of
have
them are dead.
refugees. You have towns that are empty now.
You wiped out
What do you do?
80% of the people.
I'd rather us
around
go to
here.
the pirate
Wiped
town
them
and see
out.
what happens
The
there.
whole nation. And it's not 80%, it's 89% after
90?
It's almost 90%.
Okay, I'm just
Because-
going 80 as a conservative
Because
number.
80 was the original. Well, I think 75 was the original.
I think we should get XP for everyone.
You
Fuck,
each
we're all level
get,
50.
What I
you
was
each
saying-
get
Oh my
3,000
god,
XP.
Holy shit! I just jumped a level.
that is just like
What I was saying is, I was saying we wiped out 80. He said it's about 90%.
You need to log
which
into your
means
system, I
these
can do
towns
it.
are going to be abandoned. A lot of these towns would have dry good. There's nothing here. You're right.
but it's a long
But
march
that's not
to
your
each of them.
last-
You know, it's a moot. It doesn't matter.
It's not
It's
your
not
last-
going to be our decision. So why are you worried about it?
You're gonna
It's
Don't
not.
worry
It's
about it.
It's
It's
a
not
matter
gonna
of options.
It's not going to be our decision. So don't worry about it.
You guys are going back to town to continue the healing and recovery
Yeah,
process.
so like, don't worry about it. It's not our problem. At this point, it's not our problem.
Nope, sorry, shit. Wrong.
True. I was just saying, with courts,
Go
you
to
say,
your
hey, go
character.
loot.
And then you
Because
go to manage
honestly, like, there's
experience.
just so much that can go on. It's not our
So
problem
you
right
have
now.
experience in there, so you can click into that button.
We have a
there,
table.
and
Some of us have the ability to make food for ourselves.
We have a
Okay,
mayor who's going to
23,000.
have big decisions to make at the beginning of the next game. It's
There
going
you
to
go.
happen.
Alright, and
But
then
hey, we
apply
gave them
changes.
option.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there's
from
plenty of
level 6 to
options,
1700.
and I think
Okay. So
And
You're not gonna jump a level, yeah.
From
You're
being
getting
oh,
there,
no, that's
but-
cool.
I think
I'm not even sure if I'm
sending
ready to go
refugees to
yet.
Seer would
Depends what level she is.
also make a
level
better
6.
link
Ah.
between New Cap and New Seer, if you can have
Smuffins is only level
people
5.
going back and forth, which
I
would
agree.
be better.
Yeah, we need to keep it small.
And
for-
you don't wanna like
And again, it's not that your size of town is ridiculously large.
no.
Your town, you could support these people. Not as you are now, but given time
In
and
time.
resources, you could build up and easily support all these
The fact that we went in just a short period of time from 0 to
Again, once you build farms and whatnot, they can
We are
sustain
building
these
some
people. But
I needed 3,200 more experience.
crops
Level
take
7.
time to grow.
Dude, how much?
The farms are building.
3,200.
We're only
3,200 more
200
now.
people.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
go jump down
So
and
we
kill
were
some
like
fucking diamond
divided by
builders.
what? 2 field?
Yeah. Oh, there was bigger fields, but they turned into
Yeah,
a
I started
refugee camp.
Smuffins only at level 5. So you still have
There
it.
was more fields.
This is kind of interesting.
But here's the problem about a field: you plant something, it doesn't grow tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We planted something,
A
but the
season
refuge took over.
Yeah, but you have a season to wait.
Yeah.
So it's not like you just plant something and oh look, corn tomorrow.
Oh, I know, but
Same with fishing. Doesn't always work the way
Unless
you
you
want
have
it
a
to
druid.
work.
Especially now that you have
Unless you
sharks
have
in
a
the
dr-
water.
oh, Ian will
I
be
special
bit.
growth.
Ian, okay. Ian could
Yeah.
really help
I'm
out.
told
Excellent growth.
that the
Plant growth.
that the
as a ritual.
symbol of our town is the potato.
Oh, Spud.
The Putin.
Putin. Oh,
The
the
Putinery.
poison. You're gonna change the name of the inn to
Well,
the
we
poison
would
Putin.
would
Or serve it.
modify-
Serve poison Putin.
Well, we modified the table already.
Yeah,
Putin table.
Uki Putin.
Yeah.
okay, how about this? I take a small group of people who can fit, and we cut a trail from where we are to the cove, and we try to build a dock.
We already have a trail to go because we already have a trail to the docks.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going to
Where our
expand
fishing
on
boats are.
it.
Why?
More kitchens.
He wants to just
Salt?
take a bunch of people and go if he wants to go.
I want we built. You know what? Do you know what the Europeans did in 1400? They were coming to the coast of Newfoundland, and they built the town. There
Okay.
was a dog to fish, and then send them back.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the size of the town was meant for 1,000 people.
Right.
We have 5,000 fucking people in a 1,000-person space. No room.
I got a sawmill.
We have no room.
I have
Travis,
a sawmill.
what is this?
We have no
Uh-oh.
room.
Yeah. I'm talking about salt. Like a.
Salted fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
But you have to catch
you
fish
still have to
first.
catch the fish.
So you need a fleet of ships.
You
We need to
already
feed it.
have
I have a
path
sawmill.
to the
So-
ocean.
So you have to think how much fish needs to be caught daily
Yeah.
to
4,000.
feed 5,000 people.
We need a fleet. We have a
Do we
sawmill.
have a fleet?
Nope.
No.
No.
Are we gonna get one tomorrow?
No.
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 Are we gonna get one in a month from now?
No.
And what if the
It's
fish aren't in season at that age? Because fish migrate to different areas.
We don't
We
know.
could be fishing
And
and
as it
get
is,
nothing.
and as it is right now, basically up until this point, all of your resources of gold and whatnot were going towards paying to have food imported
Yeah.
to the thing.
And now there's going to be import issues because.
Well, no, we
So-
still have our supplies from the one.
Getting
I
people
really
to
thought-
live.
You can go get a bunch of fish for 1 gold.
Yeah.
So when you're sending 1,000 gold on a merchant ship, you're bringing back a full ship of supplies
But we can't
for
support
like
that forever.
a week. But
Yeah.
What do
it's
you want?
unsustainable because you weren't making any money.
And how many? And exactly. And we weren't going to be sustainable.
No.
We're
We
not
don't have
sustainable. I
fields.
agree.
We don't have fields. We don't have the infrastructure.
Yeah.
Period. There's
That's
no
why we need
ends,
to send them off.
boards.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what we do. We do not have the infrastructure to
I don't
handle
know
the
what you
people.
guys got going in this town, but I gotta go on this thing to go find out what the hell's going on. I don't have
Okay.
time for this town stuff.
No.
Let
Yeah.
the town people figure it out themselves.
Hello.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Right?
Did I not just say
They're
let
fully
the
capable of
mayor
thinking
let
for
the
themselves.
mayor deal with this?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
basically,
but remember,
the
I
way
have
it
a
works is
sawmill.
you have
What
2
do
weeks
you-
of downtime.
Who gives a crap?
Okay.
You have 2 weeks of downtime, but
To
well,
cut
not
down
quite.
trees.
It's like a week and a half.
cut
'cause it
down
took
trees.
you about
But
6-7 days for this whole thing to
The
play
sawmill
out.
provides
There.
firewood,
So you have a little
and
bit over
lumber.
a week before your next
Yeah,
session
so-
will happen.
but you
Okay.
gotta remember we're now heating for 5,000 people. So your sawmill is going full tilt
Yeah.
to provide firewood for heating and cooking
Yeah.
for
So we are
5,000
clearing
people.
field. So we are clearing field.
Well, you're definitely clearing.
No,
woods.
we're cutting trees down.
Yeah.
We're not clearing fields. That's different.
Yeah.
Oh,
Totally
right, the
different.
dump. The
Yeah.
dump take 2 years.
And then you're ruining the
Stumps
wildlife
are
and all
horrible.
sorts of
If
stuff.
you have fields, stumps are like.
Now you got
And then
the
pick
stumps.
rocks.
The animals have nowhere to live. You're gonna piss off the druids because you're killing the habitat.
Yeah, I know. It's
Like,
not
it's-
a simple.
We're
We need
not-
we need
but
ship
so-
off.
We're
So
not.
in your-
we're
in
not
your-
town builders. We're
Yeah. In your week and a half of downtime, you'll do things like stuff around the town.
yeah.
So you'll decide what your character would do. You can train
That's what we're
archers.
doing.
You can,
I want to train archers.
yeah, you can go off and make
Look
a
at level
sawmill
8
if
gets
you
you.
want. That's up to you. Whether or not it actually gets any use,
No,
we'll
I'm
see.
going to focus on cutting up lumber,
Oh, yeah,
getting lumber ready for whatever the mayor decides.
exactly.
She's going to have lumber supply.
Yeah, you work in your inn, doing your thing there.
Make
But I
you
craft
tin.
wood, firewood.
Yeah. Jeff
Well,
goes
the
back
table
to
does
healing
that.
and running the church.
The table does it.
And
Oh,
normally
that's cool.
Sean goes back to
On level
pumping
8.
iron to get stronger
Yeah, because I got
and
two.
working in his forge. and
Or
getting
you
his
get to
forge
put
set
up your. You get 2
Yeah,
more.
because the feats are useless.
What was I gonna
For
work?
me, anyway.
I was gonna work.
Well, it
on
depends which
Oh,
one you
no.
take. No,
Right.
there's
Well,
some
that's
nice
what we're gonna
ones.
Gives me
stream
two.
for tonight.
Grappler,
Awesome.
grappler,
Come back
and,
next week.
Uh,
Oh,